Not all borders are marked on maps. Some are crossed in footsteps, from crown to classroom. This is a slow walk through Windsor and Eton, a quiet tour of what I noticed. Nothing scripted, just a camera, a town, and the way legacy leaves its mark on buildings, gardens, uniforms, and water. I'm Quinn Russell, the architectural journalist based in Dubai, but always en route. This film is part of my UK series from countryside escapes in Richmond to regeneration in East London and coming up Bath and Kensington Palace. You'll also find stories from Tokyo, Seoul, and beyond. It's all part of Traveller's Bazaar, a visual archive of the world through architecture, culture, and nature. In this walk, I pass through Great Windsor Park, cross the Thames to Eton College, step into a century-old bookshop, and wander through a wetland garden built by students. There's little narration, you'll see what I saw, and at the end, a glimpse of the next empire I'll explore. You won't want to miss it. Windsor isn't just postcard pretty, it's strategic, symbolic, and still very much in use. Located on a curve of the River Thames, just 40 minutes from London, the town has been a royal stronghold since the 11th century. At its heart is Windsor Castle, the world's largest and longest occupied castle, a living, breathing symbol of monarchy. Originally built by William the Conqueror, the castle has evolved through every era of British architecture, from Norman military austerity to Georgian elegance to Victorian revivalism. It's not just a showpiece, it's where Queen Elizabeth II spent many of her final years, and where St. George's Chapel, one of the finest Gothic buildings in England, continues to host royal weddings and funerals. But beyond the royal gravitas, Windsor the town hums with small charms. Narrow streets, crooked timber buildings, antique shops, pubs older than most countries, all in the shadow of a fortress that reminds you, in Britain, power is something you can walk beside. Crossing over Windsor Bridge, you leave behind the royal fortress of Windsor Castle, which still dominates the skyline. And just across the river, almost in its shadow, is Eton, a town that doesn't rule but trains those who eventually will. For centuries, Windsor and Eton have quietly existed in partnership. One is monarchy, the other machinery. The castle is where power resides, Eton is where it's rehearsed. A short walk from the main gates, I stopped into Eton Antique Bookshop, a quiet spot filled with rare and secondhand books. It fits the town, curated, serious, and preserved. Eton College, founded in 1440 by King Henry VI, is one of the most elite boarding schools in the world. Prince Charles studied here just across the water from his mother, but even then, daily visits weren't the norm. The traditions of the school outweigh proximity. Both Prince William and Prince Harry also attended, and they're just a few among the long list of graduates who have gone on to shape British culture and policy. Boris Johnson, David Cameron, George Orwell, Ian Fleming, even Hugh Laurie are graduates. The school buildings are exactly what you'd expect: formal, symmetrical, historic, but lived in. Beneath Slough Bridge, there's a public wetland garden created and maintained by Eden students. It's easy to miss, the entrance looks closed off, but if you read the sign, it's open to the public. Inside, it's lush: canna lilies, floating water lilies, and patches of small white petal flowers with yellow centers. It's a surprising piece of restored ecology, quiet, beautiful, and completely intentional. Further up the road is the Eton College Chapel, a striking Gothic structure still in use today. It marks the heart of the school and completes the atmosphere of a place that is both grounded in tradition and actively producing the next generation of leadership, whether cultural, political, or royal. Windsor and Eton make for the perfect half-day or full-day escape just outside of London. Windsor Castle is, of course, the main attraction, and depending on the royal schedule, it's open for public visits with tickets giving you access to state apartments, St. George's Chapel, and more. Across the bridge, Eton offers a quieter kind of intrigue, while the college itself is private. Guided tours are available at certain times of year, especially during summer, giving you access to some of the oldest and most historic parts of the school, including the chapel and museum collections. It's best to check the official Eton College website for current openings. You can also explore Great Windsor Park, which spans miles of formal gardens, forested trails, and long ceremonial walks, all open to the public. In Windsor Town, don't miss the pedestrian lanes behind Peascod Street with local cafes, pubs, and antique stores. And in Eton, the antique bookshop is a gem worth checking into. Next up in my UK series, we're heading to Bath, home to some of the best preserved Roman ruins outside of Rome itself. The architecture, the history, the experience, it's genuinely one of the most remarkable places in Western Europe. And speaking of empires, after that I'll be heading to Istanbul to kick off my new series 48 Hours In, where I explore cities through architecture, culture, and nature, showing you what to see and how to feel it even when you're short on time. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Quinn Russell, the architectural journalist based in Dubai but always en route. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow along on Instagram for more from my journeys. You can also check out my other videos here on YouTube, from Tokyo to Seoul, Bali, the Bahamas, Spain, and so much more. Drop a comment below if you have any questions about planning a UK trip. I'll help however I can. See you guys in the next episode.